Hey everybody, it's Rolly. And so I wanted to jump in. It is almost 11 o'clock, and it is quite late. So if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, and like, woo, way to stay strong. I am so ready for bed. But we've just had it's been just a very crazy busy day. And so that has been very productive, but just still very crazy and very busy trying to get a whole bunch of different things done so that we can get things ready for our holiday market that is happening on Saturday. So it's been a little bit hectic and crazy, but it is what it is, and that is it really important for us to remember. So today's um, quote or today's prompt is find gratitude in every day. And so that is sometimes easier said than done. So yesterday it was about being able to find one thing to be grateful for. And I talked a little bit about the challenges that in itself can actually bring for people. And so, but being able to find gratitude in every day is is that important part of no matter what it is that's going on. And so, even when we have the most horrific experience, when we have the most difficult moment, no matter what it is that's going on, there potentially, not potentially, there is one thing that we can be grateful for. It can be something. So, like if you were in a car accident, for example, that you're still alive. You may be in a lot of pain. You may have been really badly injured, but you're still alive. And so, like that is one way of being able to look at it. So that's one example. And so, and other there's like many other examples of. Um, and when we're in the heat of the moment, sometimes finding those examples is not the easiest thing to be doing, but just being able to find that one moment. And maybe it was like that one person who smiled at you, or that one as you were walking past something and a vibrant color or your favorite color happened to be on, or that you happened to run into it, or your or a song that happened to be on just happened to remind you of someone, or whatever it is that that looks like. And so I have somebody who was actually shared with me earlier this week, and actually I think it was probably last week that it happened, but shared like the relevance as to what it is that was going on. And so I'm a strong believer in dimes are from heaven. And so how that came to be for me was that my best friend's mom, and it used to be pennies from heaven, right? So, but of course, we don't have pennies anymore. So, depending on where you're watching this from, you may still have pennies, but we don't have pennies. And so, we had so she would say all the time that when I pass, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be leaving pennies. I'm going to be leaving dimes. And so, after she passed away, so after she died, it was one of those things of like, so I come across a dime, and like she was the very first person that I thought about. And so her daughter finds dimes all over the place. And so that has been that reminder of like that thing. And so no matter what it is that's going on, and when I find a dime, and especially when things are like really horrible and I find a dime, then it's like, oh, thanks, Nan. And so, and it's always Nan for me. And the odd time it might be somebody else that I will think about, but it's Nan. And then I think about, so this person that was actually sharing her story, she was talking about finding a dime, and she wanted to know what it meant. And I think her question was like, so what does it mean when you find it? I can't remember if it was heads up or whatever it was. And so and I know that some people have beliefs of like what if it's heads or if it's tails as to what it was, what it actually means. But for me, it's like it doesn't really matter. It's who do I think about? Who did I think about when I found the dime? And so like who was the first person that came to mind when I found the dime? And that's the person who is thinking about me or is connecting with me or sending me a message. And so what was really interesting is that um she found the dime and she said, well, I think that it might be my grandmother. And so it was actually kind of cool because then a couple of days later, her sister found a dime as well and had thought about her grandmother as well. So it was just really interesting that, like, on two sides of a specific date, is that both of them had found a date. And because I can't remember if it was the day that she died or the day or if it's her birthday, but it was like within a couple of days, on either side of, that were kind of sandwiched between the date. And so it's just really interesting to be able to see. So although we may miss somebody, or although there may be some like horrific things that are going on in our lives, is that there's still one thing that we can probably find that, can bring us some peace, can bring us some joy, can bring us that gratitude. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So I'm hoping to be on a little earlier tomorrow and not so late. The last couple nights have been late, but we are doing some more moving things around and reshuffling. And now we've got some new stock that come into the store as well. So I am trying to readily get those into the store, into the system, so that we can get that ready for Saturday. So, and yeah, so it's happening, and super excited. And so I want to thank you guys for joining me on this journey, and look forward to hearing how you guys are making out and how things are coming along for you. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.